Hello everyone, welcome again to our new video lesson. Last time we learned about arithmetic sequences where we add a fixed number each time in order to determine our next term. Today, we'll be looking at a different kind of sequence, the geometric sequence. We begin with defining geometric sequence. Geometric sequence is a sequence where each term is obtained by multiplying the previous term by a constant number called the common ratio, and we denote that one with r. A geometric sequence is basically a list of numbers where each term is obtained by multiplying the previous term by a constant number called common ratio. So for example, we have the sequence 2, 4, 8, 16. So here, each term is multiplied by 2. So that is from our first term, which is 2. We multiply it by 2 to obtain our second term, which is 4. We multiply again it by 2 to obtain our third term, which is 8, and so on. Now, let's take a look at some examples of number patterns, and let's determine if this one is an example of a geometric sequence or not. So for example, number 1, we have the following numbers 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, and 13. And by inspection, we know that 5 is obtained by adding 2 from 3. 7 can be obtained by adding 2 from 5. So therefore, number 1 is not an example of a geometric sequence because what we have here is a common difference. We don't have a common ratio. For number 2, we are given the numbers 7, 12, 17, 22, and 27. And by inspection again, each term is obtained by adding 5 to the previous term. So since we are adding a common number, therefore this is not a geometric sequence because we don't have a common ratio. What we have here is a common difference. For item number 3, observe that we are given the numbers 5, 15, 45, 135, and 405. And by inspection, we obtain our terms by multiplying 3 to the previous term. So for example, 5 times 3, we have 15. 15 times 3, we have 45. 45 times 3, we have 135. 135 times 3, that is equal to 405. So since we are multiplying them with a common number, so item number 3 is an example of a geometric sequence because we have our common ratio, and in this case, our r is equal to 3. Now, we followed the same step with number 4. By inspection, we know that we obtain our terms here by multiplying 2 to the previous term. So, for example, 3 times 2, that is equal to 6. 6 times 2, that's equal to 12. 12 times 2, that's equal to 24. And 24 times 2, that's equal to 48. So, since we are multiplying the same numbers to each term to determine our next term, meaning to say this is an example of a geometric sequence, and we have our value of r here, which is equal to 2. Now, for number 5, we are given the numbers 100, 50, 25, and so on. Our numbers here are decreasing, but if we're going to inspect carefully, from our first term to obtain our second term, we divide our first term by 2. Same with our third term. To obtain this one, we will divide our second term by 2. So it's just like multiplying the previous term by 1/2 in order to determine our next term. So since we are again multiplying the same numbers to determine our next term, so this is an example also of a geometric sequence, and the value of r here is equal to 1/2. Now that we know already how to identify if the given sequence is a geometric sequence or not, let's now proceed to determining the nth term of a geometric sequence. To determine the nth term of a geometric sequence, we'll be using the formula a sub n is equal to a sub 1 times r raised to n minus 1, where our a sub n here represents our nth term, or a sub 1 represents our first term, our r represents our common ratio, and our n represent the number of terms. Example, Find the seventh term of the sequence 3, 6, 12, and 24. By inspection, we obtain again our terms here by multiplying 2 to the previous term. So for example, 3 times 2, that's equal to 6, 6 times 2, that's 12, and 12 times 2, that gives us 24. So meaning to say this is an example of a geometric sequence. And to determine our seventh term, we first solve for our common ratio or R, and we can solve our common ratio by dividing our two consecutive terms. So you can choose 3 and 6, you can choose 6 and 12, or you can choose 12 and 24 for as long as the numbers that we are choosing are the two consecutive terms in our given sequence. So in this case here, let's try to use our first two terms. So R here is equal to our A sub 2 divided by our A sub 1. So A sub 2 meaning to say that's our second term, and that's 6. A sub 1 is our first term, so that's 3. So 6 divided by 3, we have a value of R, which is 2. After finding the value of R, we then use our formula A sub n is equal to A sub 1 times R raised to n minus 1. And by substituting our A sub 1, which is in this case we have 3, our R based on our computation is 2, and our n here is 7 because we are looking for our seventh term. So we now have A sub 7 is equal to 3 times 2 raised to 7 minus 1. And by simplifying our exponent, so we have here 3 times 2 raised to 6, and 2 raised to 6, that's equivalent to 64. And then 3 times 64, that gives us 192. So that means the seventh term of the given sequence is equal to 192. Another example, find the 10th term of the sequence 2, 16, 128, 1024, and so on. So to find again our 10th term, we start with determining our common ratio. In this case, we'll be dividing any of our consecutive terms in the given sequence. So in this case, let's just choose again our A sub 2 and A sub 1. So R is equal to A sub 2 over A sub 1 is equal to 16. That is our second term, and our first term is 2, so 16 divided by 2 is equal to 8. As you can see, if we're going to observe our pattern here, we can obtain our next term by multiplying 8 to the previous term. So example, 2 times 8, that's 16, 16 times 8, that's 128, 128 times 8, that is 1024. After determining our common ratio, we then solve our nth term by substituting those values in our formula. We have A sub n is equal to A sub 1 times R raised to n minus 1. Now, for our A sub n, A sub 1, sorry, that is our first term, and that is 2. For our R, based on our computation, that is 8. And for the value of n, since we're looking for the 10th term, so that would be 10. So substituting those values, you'll have A sub 10 is equal to 2 times 8 raised to 10 minus 1. And 10 minus 1, of course, that's 9. 8 raised to 9, that is equivalent to 134,217,728. And then after that, we'll multiply it by 2. So we will obtain 268,435. 268,435,456. So that would be our 10th term. For our next example, find the 6th term of a geometric sequence if the first term is 10 and the common ratio is 3. Since our first term is already given, which is in this case 10, and our common ratio is also given, which is 3, and we are looking for the 6th term, so we'll just substitute them directly to our formula. We have A sub n is equal to A sub 1 times R raised to n minus 1. So again, from the problem, we're looking for the 6th term, so that would be A sub 6 is equal to our first term, which is 10, our common ratio, which is 3, so we have 10 times 3 raised to 6 minus 1. So 6 minus 1 in our exponent, that's equivalent to 5. And 3 raised to 5, that's equivalent to 243. Multiplying it by 10, that gives us 2,430. So meaning to say, the 6th term of the given sequence is 2,430. For our example number 9, find the common ratio of a geometric sequence if its first term is 11 and its 10th term is 5,632. Alright, so to find our common ratio, take note again that we are looking for the value of r, not our nth term, because we are already given our 10th term and our first term here. So we'll be using the same formula. That is a sub n is equal to a sub 1 times r raised to n minus 1, and then we'll just have to substitute whatever is given in the problem. In this case here, we are given our 10th term, and we are given our first term, which is 11. So we have here a sub 10, because we have our 10th term is equal to 11. 11 again is our first term, times r raised to 10 minus 1. This r here is our target to be solved. So by substituting our value of a sub 10, which is in this case, that's 5,632, and simplifying our exponent 10 minus 1, that's equal to 9. So we'll have here 5,632 equals 11 times r raised to 9. After that, we'll be dividing both sides of our equations by 11. So as a result, we can cancel out this 11 here, and 5,632 divided by 11, we have 512 is equal to r raised to 9. And for us to determine the value of r, we just have to extract the ninth root for each side of our equation. So we have here the ninth root of 512 is equal to the ninth root of r raised to 9. So result, we can cancel out this exponent here. So what is left here in the right side is r. And for the ninth root of 512, that is just equal to 2. So therefore, our common ratio here is 2. And to summarize what we've learned in this video, so we talk about geometric sequence, and we define geometric sequence as a sequence where each term is obtained by multiplying the previous term by a constant number called the common ratio, denoted by r. And the formula for determining the nth term of a geometric sequence is a sub n is equal to a sub 1 times r raised to n minus 1. So thank you for watching this video. See you again next time.